I have trypophobia and I need to go through exposure therapy to get rid of it. Show me your hole. Hey guys! Well, first of all, I wanted to thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers. That is so crazy. I would have never ever thought that that would even be a number I would ever touch, which is a complete lie, because I've definitely thought I would have been at 100k right now, but that's fine, whatever, I guess. They're testing me. I do have a couple things that I want to say, you know, to sort of get in like the rhythm of things, because this is always so hard for me. I was on a roll a couple days ago, okay? I have trypophobia and I need to go through exposure therapy to get rid of it. Show me your hole. Throw in a brown nipple party. Only bitches with brown nipples can come in. Hoes with pink nipples pay $5. And basically, the reason why I said these things is because there has to be someone out there that has heterochromia, but for their nipples. Like, there has to be someone out there that has one brown, one pink, and I'm close. I'm almost there, because I do have a third nipple, but it's white. It's not pink, it's not brown, it's white, and it's not natural. There's definitely something going on there. Doesn't look right, but it's okay. It's like whatever. I'm basically Harry Styles. So there just has to be some girl out there that has heterochromia titties and heterochromia eyes. Like, she's definitely out there. She's probably like in some like Swiss town, you know. She's probably like really boring, and I don't think she's probably like scared to show anybody, because her Swedish town, you know, they're so closed off from the rest of the world. They're probably still like without electricity. And they probably might think she's a witch because she has dual colored nipples, and they've never seen anyone with brown nipples. So she has the mark of the beast, and they're going to kill her, which is exactly what's going to happen to me if they see my third nipple. If you have pink nipples, you're weird. Like, you are like, you're not right. Like, there's something off about you. Like, you're uncanny valley is basically like my understanding. Because why would you have a pink nipple? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you do that? Why would you choose this lifestyle? Like, I'm all for it. Like, yeah, sure, go ahead and have pink nipples, but don't have them around me, because that's I can support. I'll respect it, but I won't support it. That's where I'm at with pink nipples. Like, you could do it, just not around me, not around my kids. Everyone's like, oh, he's chopped, she's grits, she's so chopped, like, chop this, chop that. But have you ever stopped to think they might be chopping it up? You never know what's going on inside someone's head. I think people who have pink nipples are deeply disturbed. I think there's 3 people who don't have souls: gingers, blue-eyed people, people with pink nipples. Those are the 3 people that really have no soul, because they have this altered perception of what it is to be a person. Because I feel like blue-eyed people do think they are superior, and I think this recent trend of suppressing them has really given birth to something great. And I think the same has to be said for pink nippled people, because everyone already knows that gingers don't have souls, which is fine. But pink nippled people get away with too much, and I think we need to bring it back. Same as bitches with roast beef and Audis. And I'm gonna talk about belly buttons. And we just need to get up in arms, you know. Because bring back home recorded porn. Bring back erotica. I don't want to be watching some ultra 4K HD Oscar winning acting. You know, I want something real. I want y'all to be dating for like 3 years. There's like a real connection there. I want people who have definitely like seen each other naked and not in a sexual way. Like, I know for a fact y'all have seen each other's full bush, and I know for a fact if one of you is in the shower, the other person will go into the toilet and use it. That's the type of connection I want when I'm watching that type of stuff. You know, I want something real, because I want to see something that I could rate on my letterbox. That's what I want to watch, because I'm so amazing. And I want some shit recorded on 35mm. Like, that has to be real. There has to be someone out there who did it. And kudos to you. You're doing it for the people who don't want to. So that's where I'm at. Other things that I wanted to talk about is I have a empty fish tank. I have nothing in that fish tank. It's just plants and water. And I want to buy something. I don't want to buy a fish because I think that's disrespectful. Because that was another fish's home. So I want to get shrimp. But I don't want to feed them. I want to see how long they'll last before their population sort of evens out. And I think that's honestly crossing some moral ground. But that's okay. Because there's people who literally castrate their dogs. Like, what? That's way too normalized. By the way, like, dead serious. Why do people chop their, like, cats and dogs' balls off? Like, that's so crazy. Why does no one talk about how crazy that is? It's wrong. Not to say that it's right to declaw your cat. I think it's wrong. But it's, you can't declaw your cat, but you can chop his balls off. Like, this is why I want to become a surgeon. Like, I want to perform gender reassignment surgery in elementary school classrooms, because what about the cats? You know, we need to, since we're animals too, we sort of need to give back to our own species what we do unto others. That's sort of where I'm at right now. And there's so much out there that we just don't know about. Like space. What about, like, what if the aliens aren't like our perception of what life is? But then I also believe that alien life would also just be really, really similar to ours. Because since our planet is so perfect, like it's in the Goldilocks zone, and we sort of have all these factors that make life prosperous, I feel like there can only be so many conditions that can harbor life, that life on other planets would either be really, really similar or just like completely different, and we wouldn't even be able to recognize it. That's what I think alien life would be like. But another question is, would it be morally right to have sex with aliens, or would that be bestiality? Because what if their perception of what consent is completely different from ours, and how would we even cross that boundary, or how would we even like perceive what their sex is? Like, what if they just release pollen? And then all those people with pollen kinks on DeviantArt go like up in arms, and they're like, oh, we want this. Which also, DeviantArt is like a crazy place. There are more fucked up people on DeviantArt than I ever think there ever is on Tumblr or AO3 or anything of the sort. Like, bitches on DeviantArt are crazy. Like, I saw this video once that was like the importance of fetish art, and they kept talking about DeviantArt, and it was like the craziest shit ever. Like, there was this one person who they were like the only person who was ever into this, and I literally think they invented it themselves, but they would get aroused from the idea of turning rodent cartoon characters into deli meats, and they made like this whole lore about how it worked and why it was so arousing to them, which is genuinely so interesting. And I don't think I could ever be so chronically absorbed with my own mind and the internet and sex at the same time to develop my own fetish like that, which is honestly so cool. Like, that has to go on some sort of like resume, like, oh, I made up my own fetish category. And then for other people to find that also arousing is so crazy. Like, that's borderline cultish, like in the way that you should start a cult if you can do that, because that's a sort of mentality that they have. Like, you just create this thing and you convince other people that they're into it too, which is like how I think most things work in general. Like retail, fashion is so weird. Like, fashion is literally just advertising, and it's like the romanticized version of what marketing is, and people love it. I love it. I think it's great. I think it's so cool, and it's creative, but it's also deeply rooted in capitalism, which is evil, and I don't like it, but I like fashion. So I like what fashion is, and I think fashion is sort of just like creativity through the eyes of capitalism, in which it can be consumed, but not all consuming. Where it's niche enough where there's a select group of people that can appreciate it, but it's not for mass media, so it's not a capitalist issue. Because, do you understand what I mean? Like, it's not for the general public. It's sort of like only so many people like different brands. It's sort of like music, where I also think music is capitalist. Like, music and fashion are so similar in that sense, where there's like record labels and fashion houses, and how it sort of is commercial because there are, like, for example, like industry plants. Like, an industry plant for me would be like a TJ Maxx only brand released by a celebrity. Like, that's what I think that is, or like directly translates to. And then fashion, like, let's say like Vivienne Westwood would be like something cool, like a punk band. Like, that's what I think it would be like. But it would be a very successful punk band who also likes to make their own money, which kind of goes against what it means to be punk. But as long as they're getting that message out there, I don't think it's that big of a deal. But that's sort of like what I think. But it's also like, at what point does capitalizing go over head of what is like normal, or like what is appropriate? Because Betsy Johnson is cool. Like, I like what she does. She's very fun. But she does rip off like Harajuku and Lolita fashion, and it's like she does market it as her own, but it's still cool. But it's not hers, but it's cool that it's out there and it's being made. It's very strange to think about things like that, and especially since I don't know anything about it and I just love talking out of my ass, it makes it so much better. Like, I just love talking about things that I have known nothing about. And I love mansplaining. Mansplaining is so much fun. And especially when I'm aware that I'm doing it. Oh my god. It is so much fun. You guys are seriously missing out. And honestly, you don't have to be a man to mansplain anymore. It's 2025. Literally anybody can mansplain. It's just like a way of life. It's kind of like lying. I love lying. I just lie all the time. And I'm not even good at it. But it's like, it brings me so much joy. Especially to like autistic people. Because they don't know when you're actually telling a lie. Like my friend, Paulina. Paulina is in hospital. She sort of like doesn't really grasp when I'm lying or not. Everyone else definitely does. And she knows that I'm a pathological liar. But it's like, when I first started, she's like, "Are you serious?" That brings me so much joy. And I appreciate her for that. Because she lets me get away with it. Not on purpose. But I do get away with it with her. So it's fun. But I am going through a sort of boy who cried wolf situation, but with myself. Because now I don't know if I'm telling the truth or I'm telling some elaborate lie that I made up years ago that I just sort of like tricked myself into believing because I said it so much. And that freaks me out. Like, that's why I think I need to stop. It's not because it's hurting other people, it's because it's hurting me. And that's when things start to get really serious. When I don't even know what's real anymore. And this sort of reminds me of like this imposter syndrome thing that I had that I completely forgot what I was going to say. But this beautiful, talented girl, Aisha Tawari, followed me. She's amazing. She's beautiful. She's talented. And she comments on my things. And it's weird because she is so worthy of everything that's going to her. And she's getting an immense amount of followers. And I hope it goes great for her. But I don't think I deserve her comments at all. And I don't think she should follow me. And I was sort of thinking about this. Because, like, what is deserving of followers? Like, I don't do anything, and I get mad when I don't get rewarded because I'm in my flop era right now. It's really bad. Like, I am not getting any sort of following or engagement like I used to, which is like, I'm getting mad, but I don't do anything to deserve that. And I took a break, which makes no sense because all I did was post 15-second videos, and now I'm getting punished for that, and it's not my fault. And I do think I deserve it back. But I don't also deserve it because it's not quality content. Like, I'm not putting any sort of work or thought into this. I'm just sort of like, hey, can you record me for a second? I'm going to dance to this stupid song. Bitch, I'm Charlie D'Amelio. Where's my Dunkin' drink? And speaking of Dunkin', Ice Spice fell off so hard. And she surpassed Pink Panthers in, like, fame. But Pink Panthers is just, like, longevity. And that's what I want. That's, like, I want to be Pink Panthers. I don't want to be Ice Spice. I want to be Pink Panthers. I want to have a cult following, adorsmen that I can communicate with effectively without it getting out of my hands. And that's what I want. That's what I want. I want like a nice big group of people that I sort of watch their stuff and they watch my stuff, and that I can still follow back people who I think are cool but also enjoy my content. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to get to. But I still want to have my own Marc Jacobs Heaven collab. That's really what the goal is. Like, okay, I can tell you my goals. Marc Jacobs collab. Wildflower cases that will never sell out. I want to make a meme that no one connects back to me and just sorts of goes on its life of its own, but it has no connection to me. Like, no one recognized me as like, oh, that's the meme guy. It's like it's a completely separate entity that is just like a cool fact. And I also want to end up on stage with someone for some reason. Like, I want someone to bring me out on stage, or like call me out on the crowd and be like, hey, you, I know you, you're famous, kinda, and I want you to be in my music video. And that's what I want. That's what I really, really want. I think also having a more famous friend than me would be cool, but I'm also deeply jealous and envious of people who do better at me at things. I get so mad. Like, my friend Alyssa blew up on a couple videos and I got weirdly jealous. Like, I was happy, but I was jealous, which is such a bad trait to have, and that is so insanely toxic, but I can't help it. Like, if someone's infinitely better at things than me, or is just like has a bunch of things that they're good at, I get really mad. Like, if you're beautiful, can sing, you're good at school, you're funny, and you know how to dress, I fucking hate you. Like, I literally hate you. And the only reason why is jealousy, and I will proudly say that, because there's a problem within myself, not a problem with other people. And it's such a bad thing to have. But, like, you need to be bad at something that I'm good at for me to like you. Because I can't have you be too good at something, and I can't have you be too good at being a person. Because I don't even think I'm a good person. And I don't mean that in, like, a literal sense. I mean that in, like, I literally don't think I'm good at being a person. But that's all I wanted to talk about today. Sorry this is so short. Again, thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers. Truly, like, insane. And I hope you guys watch this video. And I know that you guys really like the last one, so I'm going to keep up with this format for a couple videos until I get bored. And then I'm going to probably post a vlog. But I don't really feel like hanging out with anybody anytime soon, because I'm starting to close myself up again. And I don't really know why. But I love you. Thank you so much. Follow my Instagram. Follow my TikTok. I love you.